One person I've not given many updates about at all in the last couple weeks. In fact, I think the last thing I said about him was that he hasn't tweeted or done anything in like a month. It's come out of nowhere to complain about shit. Nick Rekieta is back on Twitter and he left a couple suspect messages out of the blue in this tweet chain. Kay Mary says, do your kids love life when they're dirty, smelly, hungry, and begging for food and attention at school and church? Rekieta Law says they never were. LJ's Piker says, and you never did coke. And Rekieta Law says, I did a fucking mountain of coke. Lord Botha of Memes a Lot says, the dude who made that status sounds like he was on cocaine. Rekieta Law says he was. And that's in response to a different message. So Sean was talking about him in a chat, and Rekieta Law posted this and deleted it so quickly that nobody could make a third-party archive of it. But it says, LawTube Sean poses as fake Rekieta Law in Aaron's chat to try and generate revenue for both of them. Embarrassing. And the issue is that Rekieta's YouTube account, because he left chat messages in a YouTube chat system, and Sean was making fun of it, and Rekieta posted this and then deleted it so quickly that nobody could archive it. But the issue is that he has a verified channel, so when he posts chat messages as Rekieta Law, it's not just Rekieta Law with the logo anonymous in the chat, it's Rekieta Law with the verification check mark. So they know it's him. They know it's him because he's verified, and the verification message shows up alongside chat messages. So that's probably why he deleted it. There's something I had saw, and if I can't find it, I'll try to go hunt it down on his Twitter account, because I think that this is what he's replying to. Kobe Lee says, in addition to your own children, you nearly dosed Imhotep's kids with cocaine as well. How crazy is that? Rekieta says this never happened. I think Imhotep is Aaron Imholte. Typical manga fan says, you didn't, but you called people who thought you were going to lose that motion retarded, which gave them the impression that you were at the very least confident about it. So is the judge retarded too? Rekieta replies to this and says, the people I called are retarded because they are. Excellent sentence structure, very well spoken. That doesn't mean I said I would win an extremely difficult pretrial motion. I also 100% believe I should have been granted a hearing on it, and I believe it's insane how difficult it is to get them. What about everything else that you waived? I don't think he's even filed an appeal for that yet, so I don't know if he's going to appeal it or if he's like out of money or what. Ted Bizongo says, Nick, I hope you are clean, bud. Those drunk streams were hard to watch. Rekieta says, I am clean, and they sure were. Rekieta says, I called them retarded because of their takes on the government's claim of watching my video. Something that it still hasn't done, and they actually lied to the court about. So he's still accusing everybody of lying about him in court. And he has changed, trying to change reality, even though it's very obvious what he was saying before. He was very explicit about it. And he even mentioned the fact that he had won a Frank's hearing in his own practice. So... yeah, that's a lie. Which, regardless of the outcome, should bother everyone that the government was able to claim to the judge without presenting evidence that they provided me a copy of my video when in fact they have not. It doesn't. Like, I'm a paranoid schizophrenic, and even I'm looking at this like, archiving is like my whole fucking deal, bro. Keeping archives of shit up, literally fighting in fucking courts for 4 years about our right to archive and how archives are important to the ability, the fundamental ability for one to even form a critical opinion of something is imbued in the archive itself. Like, yeah, no, I don't empathize at all. Valeriano Mora says, now we should trust social workers. Rekieta Law says, I said ask. I wouldn't be hesitant to use the word trust for a social worker. Or I would be. Miss Largebrain says, social worker is probably better than the parole officer and child protective services caseworker. Rekieta says, maybe on the first, but the second actually is a social worker. He says, I never had cocaine out for his kids to do. How could I even have cocaine for them to eat OD on? Oh, good question. The government literally hasn't watched my video. They claim the government has. That's retarded. The government watching or not watching my video doesn't mean that I will or won't win a motion for Frank's hearing. Why is that hard for you? I mean, the judge said he watched it. he's still trying to say that the video was like heavily edited or something. I don't know. It's so sad. So Rekieta on New Year's Eve 2023 says, Happy New Year's Eve, everyone. 2024 promises to be a beautiful disaster. Don't make resolutions, set goals, pursue life, be ridiculous, find joy. Life is a current, ride with it, or swim your own way. Just choose consciously. I'll be seeing you all there. Peace. Rekieta has replied to this on October 20th and said, Lamau, this tweet, and the dumbass who wrote it. And I bring this up because I remember seeing it, and I think that the guy said, the guy that wrote that tweet sounds like he did a mountain of coke. Oh, he's like malding about Aaron and shit. I didn't even notice this. Tabernacle McGee said, Nick, the uppercase I internet is praying that you win 2025 and are able to make a two-wife family the standard for men to strive for. Rekieta Law then replies and says, trust me, you don't want it. Then, separately, in reply to the Lamouth this tweet and the dumbass who wrote it tweet, this is Patrick Melton. I think I talked about him once. Because he's a gross dipshit. He's like a fat retard. He's like a lower than Vito Gazzaldi. And for whatever reason, he's like entangled in this Aaron Imholt shit. And now Nick Rekieta is defending him. And this guy, Third World Aristocrat, isn't he on the forum? I swear I just saw his avatar. It's right here. There he is. It is him. Okay, I see. He put together this video with anime music that actually, it's not anime, it's Chinese. And I'm just going to play it. He did a big, long video talking about how both I'm an idiot and how, but he doesn't care what I think. He doesn't give a shit about the kiwi farms and so on and so forth. He did a big seethe post about it. Very, very ugly, very contemptible, very easily hated person, as you can all see. I don't know why, like, it seems like when you're like a wannabe comedian, but you're also extraordinarily untalented and unfunny, but you kind of want to be like a shock jock, you just go to like, hey guys, child, ba-dum-bum. It's like, that doesn't really work. That's not a joke. It took Vito and Dick, like, how many years? It took like 4 years for Juju and Vito to get over the whole, like, child, guys, yuck, yuck. It doesn't, most people don't really, unless it's like expertly pulled off, you're not gonna win over people with that shit.